Real estate developer Kevin Hyneman purchased this 35 vacant acres in Cordova for $1.25 million. And then only about 8 months after that, he nailed down a deal to sell the same property to furniture company IKEA for about $5.5 million. He says he got lucky. It was in the right place at the right time to make the sale. What did you like about this property? Why were you interested in the first place?
Well, it's got great visibility, and any site that has great visibility from an interstate like this has got some value. Also, it's got multifamily zoning, and we like that.
So originally, used car business. As a matter of fact, we talked about that a few years ago, and then switched to multifamily, just going to sit on it, hold it, waiting for the right conditions, I guess.
Exactly.
And then what happened? How did IKEA make contact?
Well, we had a few calls. Initially, we were contacted by the broker that we actually bought the site from, and he said, I've got an interested buyer. You working with anybody? We had a couple of nibbles from a couple of prospects, and he said, I've got a real potential buyer that's looked at the site a few years back. I can't tell you who it is, but would you sell the entire site? And I said, absolutely. And he said, I gave him a price.
What was that price?
It was right at $6 million. And I guess about a week later, he contacted me, and we had a letter of intent from an undisclosed buyer. So we worked with IKEA initially, not actually knowing who we were dealing with, and that lasted for a couple of months.
How much time passed between buying the land for $1.25 million and selling it for 5.6?
It was 7 or 8 months, I believe, before we actually entered into a contract. So it was, it was definitely something that, it was an ideal situation. It made up for all those deals that didn't turn out too good. So I was in the right place at the right time. And the market changed a lot. You have to remember, we had this property tied up. I did in December of 2013. We went through an entire year process of entitling the property, and then so you were looking at 18 months from the time I bought it. And hey, things all over the country were changing. Things in Nashville were changing. Prices were increasing significantly. Corporations were expanding, and
so when something like that happens, do you light up a cigar? Do you go have a steak dinner? How do you celebrate? I mean, that just seems like such a great deal.
Oh, it was phenomenal. And I was actually, when we closed the deal, I was actually on a family vacation with my family. So again, things were very hush hush. They did not disclose. The entire project was done under Project Grizzly. Nobody in this city, other than the sellers, the buyers, and the brokers, and the buyers' consultants, nobody really knew what was going on the entire time until the announcement was made in December. I believe they made the announcement in December of 2014. This is it. Everything you see right here, all the way up to the back of Coles. This entire site, which is about 42 acres, is the IKEA site, and IKEA will sit here with their signage over here, okay, right over this area that's closest to the hotel, and then all of this will be abandoned, and this will all be parking lot, all the way down to here. So this